verbal riot.
Last week, I showed you guys a video of this Disney employee who was basically, I don't want to say he was tricked. He went on a date with an undercover reporter who after a few drinks, he met her on Tinder, not Tinder, Hinge, one of the dating sites. He met her on there. Turns out she's an undercover reporter. She knew he worked for Disney, and they went on a date, and the guy just started spilling the beans about what's going on behind the scenes at Disney. I mean, if you guys remember, I played this video.
Certainly, there have been times where, there's no way we're hiring a white male person.
Just kind of unspoken.
There are times when it's spoken, but
How would they say it?
there's no way we're hiring a white male person. They say
Like straight to you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that guy was saying that Disney was telling him and everyone else who works for the company that they will not be hiring white males for anything. Right? Wherever you are as a white male in Disney is where you're going to stay. You've reached your cap. Apparently, there's a part 2 to this. This thing is ongoing, man, because there's another person who went on another date with another reporter, or it might be the same reporter, I'm not sure. I know they all work for the same media company, and I forgot what the media company is called. Forgive me. I think it's ran by some guy named Jake something. I can't remember his name. James O'Keefe, not Jake. But there's a part 2 where another guy who works at Disney is talking about what's going on behind the scenes there. Right? I'm gonna show you right now.
It's important, I think, for me to see, the LGBTQ stories and, especially for kids so that they can understand all of that and introduce it to them just so that they're comfortable and all this stuff. Do you think that Disney, makes that a priority?
I think they are.
Do you think it's authentic?
Not quite. Netflix does it better.
So she was kind of, asking him about LGBTQ stories for kids, right? And she was lying, saying that, oh, that's something she wants more of, right? And he was just kind of like, yeah, they're doing that. And then she's like, but it doesn't seem authentic, right? And he was like, oh, no, it's not authentic. So here's the guy saying all this stuff they're pushing isn't authentic. It's not. It's all manufactured, basically, right? And I want to continue on with what they were talking about because I want to just kind of get the whole picture.
Like in our show, we insert diversity when it's not really organic to the story.
It's
It kind of stands out. This just feels like a weird.
orchestrated.
Yes, that's the word, orchestrated, right? We did a show called Death and Other Details.
What's it called?
Death and Other Details.
Okay.
It just came out a couple months back. Now, it's a whodunit. The good star cast supported it. The main lead was a really big actor. He is a really big actor.
Okay.
It flopped. The audience didn't connect.
According to Dave, the cause and failure of one of Disney's many flops was again attributed to trying to force DEI into programming where it was not only out of place, it was highly inauthentic.
It happens.
Yeah.
But, if you did the analysis, the post-mortem of it, you're just like, why? Because the story, they just tried to feed in so much.
So for YouTube reasons, I can't play the whole thing, but I mean, you get the picture. He was talking about a movie that Disney made and produced that flopped so hard because of the fact that it wasn't genuine, it wasn't natural, it wasn't organic, like he was saying. It was a checklist, basically. They had a checklist and they wanted every single type into this project, and it failed miserably. So much so, I've never even heard of this thing that they were talking about. This project that they mentioned. I don't even remember hearing about it. But guys, we're okay. see, there's again, the shields, the YouTube shields out there who fight so hard to protect every single Star Wars and MCU or whatever Disney project comes out of the mouse, right? They call us, bigots. They call us, you know, rage baiters, all these things. The funny thing is, we're right. We're right. These are people who work for Disney. And I'm not talking about Disneyland. These aren't people giving you churros and and snow cones, right? These aren't people in costume taking pictures with kids. These are the higher ups of Disney telling you that this is what's going on behind the scenes. Are we still the bigots? Are we still the bad guys and calling them out on this? Were we wrong? No. Hell no. And, and honestly, when I see stuff like this, it makes me want to come at the shields even harder, right? Because here's the thing, I will always say this: if you genuinely enjoy something, good, good on you, man. Like, good for you. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to yuck your yum, right? No matter how bad it is, if you genuinely enjoy it, right? People get on me all the time for liking terrible things, man. I I don't know why I get so much crap for loving Overwatch as much as I do. I know the game has its problems, and people are like, you should play a real first person shooter. Look, I love Overwatch. I'm good at it. I have fun with it. I'm going to keep playing it. I know it's like cheesy to say that, I guess, and for some reason, but I don't care. There's certain things I like that I know other people don't like, and that's fine because I like it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you're a bigot or that you're wrong for not liking what I like. You get what I'm saying? It's Disney. I honestly, from a business standpoint, I don't understand this company at all. I've never met a company who puts profits secondary to personal agendas. Like, I that baffles my mind. Like, I and I get it, right? Like, it's Pride Month, and all these corporations always sell their ass during Pride Month, right? They always, all of a sudden, everybody's gay during Pride Month, right? All these corporations are wearing their rainbow pins and all of a sudden, everything's a rainbow for these corporations, right? And then July 1st, all that shit is gone because it's BS. We know that. For some reason, the LGBTQ community doesn't know that because they think they're being supported. It's like, dude, they're trying to sell sodas here, right? They're trying to sell shorts. They don't care. They don't give a shit about your community or your cause. Disney, on the other hand, I I people will call us crazy when we say they've been infiltrated by activists. Guys, are we wrong? Can you honestly look us in our face right now and tell us we're wrong after hearing this? After seeing people who work at Disney, two separate guys, two separate dates, talking about the garbage that's going on. And from what I'm hearing, there's another tape coming, I think next week. So there's a part 3 to this. Like, this is wild stuff, man. Like, and I'm going to keep covering this because I'm fascinated by what's going on here. Because these guys are getting drunk and and loose lips are moving. Okay, these guys are saying some stuff, and they're probably going to get fired. I guarantee you, they're going to get fired. I can't wait to see what happens. I really can't, man. I I just don't. I guess I just don't know how long you can keep doing something like this and keep losing money and still be a viable company. I've worked in marketing for 30 years. I don't understand this new model. Anyway.
Weird.
Okay, I'm gonna get to some comments, man. Torvidicus says, those exposes are suspect. Let's try to remember these are two corpos who aren't as high up as they deserve to be, and they are justifying what they aren't, why they aren't progressing the corporate ladder. Okay, Torvidicus, I give you that. I'll give you that. But here's the problem with that. Film Threat did a whole expose about these studios and their checklist and what and who they will hire, who they won't hire. This isn't, believe it or not, this isn't just a Disney thing. Sure, these guys could be just bitter. They could be bitter and mad that they're not getting, promoted or whatever the case may be. But we're hearing this from a lot of people that, like, these two guys are just the two videos I'm showing you, right? If you go to Film Threat right now, they have a thing called the D files, right? They will show you, like, line by line what's going on at these studios as far as their hiring practices, as far as the check boxes, as far as all that garbage that goes on. This is real. This is happening. And another part of the video, the guy was like, "Look, man, if we're being honest here, if you're not Jewish, right? If you're a white man who's not Jewish, you will never go up to you'll never go up to, like, the CEO level at these companies. It's not going to happen. It's not. It's there is a look. Diversity is one of those things where obviously I'm a fan of, as far as doing it right, because Hollywood hasn't been great with casting people of color. They haven't been, right? It's better now, but if it's not done, if it's not organic, if people aren't getting cast because they're what's best for the role, and instead there's a box that needs to be checked, no, I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that, because we're not getting the best product. On the consumer end, we're not getting the best product. I don't want the diversity hires. I want the best person, the best actor, the best director for what I'm paying my money to consume. You get what I'm saying?